Welcome to this vintage redesign video tutorial today. And this was a lot of fun. It really got me thinking, and I hope that it will do the same thing for you. So the challenge was to repurpose, redesign something vintage. It could be jewelry, it could be a garment, it could be a textile. And so let me break that down for you. Okay, so let's just say for jewelry, you could take a vintage brooch and then you could add on to that maybe some dangles or something, or put it on, just repurpose it, redesign it by putting it on, maybe making a little flower and then putting that as the center, in the center of the flower, your little vintage brooch. That's redesigning the purpose of the jewelry. A linen, a textile, I thought of like a kitchen towel, a hand towel. You could take a plain kitchen towel, plain hand towel, and make a beautiful border around the bottom of it. And that is redesigning and adding to it, upcycling it, repurposing it. And it can be just a decorative piece, or it can be a functional piece. And then clothing, garments, the sky is the limit. You can add pockets to anything, and trim, lace, patches. I mean, like I said, the sky's the limit. You see jeans with patches on them. You see shirts with lace and patches on them. And so it's just a wide variety. So I had to really think. I said, okay, what do I want to do for this project today? What is going to be my vintage redesign? And so I looked through what I had. And for 2026, Linda and I are going to continue this series, a collaboration challenge that we're doing. So it's a particular topic and theme, project theme each week. And then she puts her spin on it, I put my spin on it, and it really is a lot of fun, because then you have two completely different viewpoints on that particular project, which is giving you guys a lot of sparks and unlocking your creativity. We're enjoying your comments so much. And so this video today, before I get started in it and show you what we're going to make, I wanted to talk about my giveaway, just in case you haven't been noticing those, if you're new to the channel. So go back and click on my videos, and you will see that every week there is a giveaway opportunity. And then this is the steps, and in those videos I break it down, what are the steps. I'm not going to go over it, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And then there's the monthly bigger giveaway of a one of my handmade junk journals. So you can use it as a writing journal, a gratitude journal, a scripture journal, a recipe journal, vacation planner, daily planner. I mean, just memory keepsake thing. So it's lots of opportunities and ideas for using a junk journal if you're new to junk journals. Okay, so I am going to redesign this beautiful blouse that was my mother's, but it's a large, and it is very big on me, and it's polyester. I don't like polyester. I like cotton, things that breathe. If I were to put this on, I would be getting hot immediately. So I loved when I was going through and looking at her, you know, all the things in her closet, and saying, okay, what could I repurpose that? How could I repurpose it? If it was my size and I wanted it, I liked it, the style, what have you. I did pick out a few things, so I do have that memory. I'll have that memory, so that'll be a beautiful something cherished. But this was like, no, but this is, look at how beautiful this is. I mean, this is going to be beautiful embellishments that are going to be going in projects here on my channel, and kits that are going to be going out. And then all these little pearl buttons, I'm going to cut these off and use those in kits and then in my projects. So the sleeves both have this beautiful cuff, and then right away, I'm sure just by saying that word, you've got the idea that I was like, oh, okay, she's going to make redesign this into a cuff. But no. Again, it was like, nope, that's not with this polyester. And I'm just like, nah. But see, it's too big for me. So I would have to either move the buttons over, which I could do. So I may do that with the other one. But with this sleeve, I am going to I'm going to redesign it into a pocket. Yes, a pocket. So I'm taking this, I don't even know if this is a napkin or just what it is supposed to be used for exactly. But this beautiful vintage linen. And so I am going to use this as the opening of the pocket where the buttons are, because as you can see, it's big enough for my hand to fit in there with no problem. So I'm going to repurpose this, and then I'm going to put it on one of my beautiful, I already know what blouse it's going to go on. It's just a plain white blouse, no pockets, and this is going to go on it as a pocket. And so I said it's going to be a beautiful addition. It's going to give it this pop of color, and the sheer fabric is just, it's going to be beautiful. And so now I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go. So you're going to follow along with me. And this is how the creative process works. So for those of you who are already experts in making fabric, making outfits and redesigning and things like that, but we all think differently. So this is how Marcia thinks when it comes to doing these kinds of things. So the first thing I had to do was figure out, okay, the width of the pocket. So this kind of, because of the gathering, it, is like a beautiful dress. Think of this as like, this is the waist of the dress, and then this is all the beautiful pleating, and the dress goes down, and then it just is flowing, And that's what I thought about immediately. I said, oh, this is so cute. I said, actually, this would make a really cute little doll's dress. With so many ideas. So I'm going to take where this little bit of the opening is here of the sleeve, and I'm going to use the bottom of it for the bottom of the pocket, because that's like a good size. And so I'm going to just cut a little bit below this, because I'm not quite sure, like I'm saying, of how I'm going to be incorporating the back part to this. So that's where I'm thinking this whole thing through, because this is going to be the pocket. This is already, it's the pocket. But it needs to have this fabric behind it, and I'm going to use the seam edge there. And then I'm thinking what I was going to do is just somehow incorporate, like fold this over and then just attach it. It's going to be tricky. It's definitely going to be tricky. But so like I'm just going to fold this over like this. Okay, so this edge is folded over, and then this is going to get pinned here. I'm going to just do it as I'm designing it and talking it out, so that you see. And then bring this down here, so then this gets folded here, and then come to the end of this opening, which is here, but go a little bit below that, and then just fold this over, like I'm saying, just to keep it, and then just stitch this here. And then at the bottom, I'm going to fold all of this in. This is where it gets really tricky. Okay, so are you following along with me here? So if you have an old shirt that has a beautiful cuff on the sleeve and you want to redesign it along with me, pause the video, go scour through your closet and find what that might be. And it actually could be just a plain cotton. It could be out of denim with some embroidery on it that's maybe gotten really faded and worn or something along those lines. I'm just giving you an idea. So if you want to do this with me as we're doing it together, or just want to watch me do it and you just get the enjoyment of it, or you go back later on and you decide that, yes, I want to do that with Marcia. So I'm going to go ahead and pin it right below this, just so that I give myself this idea of where I want the length. And because of all this pleating, it gives me the latitude to be able to move it around. So I'm going to go long enough to be able to fold it up. The last thing I want to do is not give myself enough room, and then that would not be good. So I'm going to cut it right there. Now I can get the rest of this out of the way. And let's continue on with this little project of redesigning textiles, jewelry, linens, clothing into something else. So I am redesigning this shirt cuff into a pocket. And so let me turn it so that I can get the other side trimmed. I have some of my mother's vintage jewelry. She had lots of butterflies that she knew that I loved, that she would give me eventually, one by one by one. So I was so happy to find them. Okay, now come over here. So this, I am going to cut it. I don't know if I want to cut it straight or cut it at an angle. I'm going to go way over here. I'm going to go a little bit further than I really need to, just again so that I'm making sure I am giving myself plenty of. Okay, there it is. And then look at this beautiful filigree open weave style there. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that can be used to make a beautiful design on something else that we will be doing next year. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. Let me turn it around this way again. Okay, so let me just keep working with this side, figuring out what it is I'm doing. Okay, and I'm going to just pin it as I'm going. And next I want to do over here, which again, let me start at the bottom and then fold this where I want it to meet the edge. Okay. Probably going to whip stitch it by hand and then sew it on the machine. Okay, so this. Perfect. Okay, let me look at this other side. Tuck this in a little bit right here. Bring it down. Okay. This. Okay. And then I can do the same thing right here. So look at how easy that was. I mean, really Absolutely. I love how this is looking, how it's turning out. And then let me just hold it. Of course, it's a little snugger because I got the pins right there. But see? Okay, now this is the part down here. Let me move this pin up because this one around so it doesn't stab my hand. Okay, now down here, this is going to be a little bit tricky. I've got to figure this out. Well, what I had in mind, but I didn't do, let me see. Nope. Let's see, we're just going to have to, yep, okay, so it's just going to be a hem. Just like if you were hemming the garment of something. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. I'm just going to fold it and pin. So that will give me a clean, nice finished edge in the front. Keep my pleats. Oh, this is going to be so pretty on that beautiful blouse. I can't wait to show you. So I'm going to get this all put together. Then I will get the blouse and then figure out where I want it on the blouse. It's going to go, I already know because I know the layout of what it looks like. So it's going to go lower, it's not going to be a high pocket. It's going to be a low pocket. Okay, so this is, yes, let's fix this because this is not straight. Okay, let's fix this here. Okay. Turn it back around. Yeah, looks like it's a little bit there. Okay, that's better. Now let's look at that. Okay, very nice. Oh, didn't that turn out beautiful? Look at how nice that is. So easy to do. Very, very nice. Okay, so now I am going to just stitch this with you using embroidery thread. And I'm going to use this lovely white that I have right here. If I wanted, I could have used a teal or green, but I don't want to do that. I want to just have it be as unnoticed as possible. Okay, this one. And I'm going to do very tiny stitches. And what's the beautiful thing about this is I can hide the knot from the back, which is good. And it's just going to be a gorgeous, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you saw my little video with my vintage chenille bedspread robe, and I put a pocket on it. My friend made me the robe, and then I put the pocket on it. So that's what I can do. I could make the robe, but I would have to be right there with her, step by step. Okay, so I'm going to do this, because this is going to get attached to the, I'm going to go into the shirt. But what I want to make sure of is I'm not closing up the part there, so I got to go in here from the side, just catching that very edge of this. I can hide that in there. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down this edge, just very carefully down this edge, and just grab that little bit, and then going into the back is fine, but this pocket part of it, I don't want to close my pocket. And again, like I said, I'm going to be doing small stitches. Barely, barely, barely nipping the edge of that cuff. Now, if you wanted to, you could do a decorative like a blanket stitch. It's completely up to you. It's your style, your design, whatever you want it to look like. And I'm spacing my stitches, I would estimate about 1/4 of an inch apart. Like I said, I'm trying to keep them small. So for the edges, I definitely would not, I don't think I'm going to, this upper part I won't sew on the machine. This, I may come in and reinforce. This part here, I want it because I need that particular opening amount. This part here, bottom, and up right here to the bottom of that cuff edge, that I can reinforce with the sewing machine, so I will do that. Oh, isn't this gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. I did not have any idea what I was going to use this for but when I saw it, I said, oh my goodness, that one I definitely have to, because it was polyester, I knew I would not wear it, and it was, like I said, it's too big for me. But I said, oh no, that is too gorgeous. I can do something with that. And sure enough, my little creativity sparked, and I said, ooh, I know what I'm going to do. Oh, what elegance. Just imagine the elegance is going to just completely transform this plain, it's a dressier style blouse. It's not like it's, but it is cotton. Everything I wear is cotton, or a blend, but for the most part cotton. And so usually, let's see, it was coming from this angle. But this is definitely going to take it up a notch. Okay, see? Not even noticeable. Okay, so I'm going to continue the same thing, just getting a little bit of this pleated and going into the linen behind it. Such a fun project. I just hope that you are going to enjoy this one, and I hope you go over and watch Linda's channel at Icky Chic and you see what she came up with, because I know she came up with probably something fantastic as well. But this has been so much fun, and we would love it if you would. We're loving your comments, you're liking the videos, we're so grateful for everyone watching the videos. But if you could please share them, click that share button and share it with your friends. You can share it via email or on your social media. You can share it to Pinterest if you have a Pinterest account. You can share it to a Facebook group or your own Facebook page. You can do it to Twitter if you're on Twitter. You can just copy the link and post it to Instagram. So that would really help her and I both to get the word out about our videos. And that would really help us so tremendously. We would be extremely grateful for that. And of course, if you're enjoying the videos and our creativity, please, we'd love to have you subscribe as well to our creative communities here. So many fun things that we have going on. And everywhere you can find me, you can do that and find all the links in the description box below. Okay, so now I've kind of switched from a whip stitch to just a straight back and forth stitch, just a straight stitch. And since I am going to reinforce this on the sewing machine, I know that it's going to really be well made and not come apart. On the back here, I'm going through all these layers, but it's not difficult at all, because this, obviously this organza is what this is very thin. So I can take out these pins. There we go. So we've got side one done. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Okay, I'll have to come back here. Once I get around here, and then I gotta attach this back piece up here. Oh, it's so fun. Super duper 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 duper. Can you tell how excited I am about how this turned out? It's really just, you know, it's like everything is sewing, but any creative process, whether you're painting, hand drawing, doodling, sketching, whether you're a jewelry maker, any hand crafting, just the whole process, holding on to the different elements, or there is the book or the paintbrush or your hand tools with your jewelry making, your beads, your wires, all those little things. And then the fabrics. And I'm seeing lots and lots of posts talking about the benefit to our mental health from all of this creativity and projects that we're doing. And they're actually finding studies now. And of course, because of the pandemic, that was one of the things people were told to do, is get a hobby, and how much that helps your mental well-being. So it really has now been medically proven, scientifically proven, how beneficial it is to be doing this type of work with your hands. So, you know, it's wonderful to sit down and read a book. Yes, that expands your vocabulary, but it doesn't help with like depression, because a lot of the stuff in the books, all of that you're reading is getting implanted and embedded into your mind. And your mind doesn't know the difference of this is about you or your life or fiction. It really doesn't. So you have to be very careful what you read, because you could actually make your depression worse if you are a person who does read and you read the wrong types of things. But when you're doing crafting like this, it is so creative. It allows your mind to relax, to stop all the chatter and the, you know, loop thinking and all that kind of thing, and just let go and just be in the moment. So I'm really so very happy to see it being embraced now and acknowledged by the medical community at how important all of our creative things are, how beneficial they are for us. I just wanted to throw that out there. So never think that you're sitting down and taking the time to make something beautiful, to color in your coloring book, or to sew, or do your paper crafting and your junk journaling and your embroidery stitching and your jewelry making and your painting and whatever else. It is never a waste of time. So don't let anybody tell you that it is a waste of time. You tell them, I am helping my mental health, and this is therapy. Thank you very much. and you say if you want to join me, but if you don't, see ya. And then, so you have nothing to feel guilty about. Just want you to know that. It is helping you so much. All right, I'm going to tie the knot. I already tied the knot, but I'm going to go in some of these stitches back here. And again, because this is going to be reinforced multiple times, so I'm going to do it on the machine, and then before I actually put it on the garment, then I will actually then stitch it to the garment. So it's going to be stitched about 3 times. So it is not going to go anywhere. All right, so I need to find my white embroidery thread because this is very short. And let me see where I have it. But if I have to go hunting it up, then I will just pause the video and let me look under this stack right here. Aha, I found it. Yay. Okay. Yes, in amongst the other threads. I really need to get more of it. Don't have a lot. I have lots of other colors, but not white. Find the end that I want. Okay, here we go. Very good. Like an arm's length from your wrist to your elbow is all you need. Okay, so we're going to set that there just for now. Just for the ready. Okay, so where did I leave off? Right here. Okay. Around to this side. It's a little bit high. There we go. All right, so I'm not going to take out the second pen as yet. I want to finish this bottom piece. Very therapeutic, very relaxing. And tomorrow I have my dental cleaning appointment, so I needed to get in here and do something today. And I needed to do the video anyway, so it was like, but oh boy. I needed to get rid of all that medical anxiety of going. I'm going to have a new hygienist. I mean, this office, I've been, you know, the first hygienist, she was wonderful. I had her for years. And then she left because she wanted to be home with her daughter. And then the next lady that replaced her is very good, but doesn't have a really good bedside manner. It's her way, and she doesn't care about what my needs are. So it's kind of like we kind of are at odds with each other because she is like insistent. She's just like, man, she's like hard. She ain't budging. So I really have to coax her very gently to see things my way. But she does a good job. She's very thorough. I cannot complain at all with that department. And so she was booked until the 1st of December, and I didn't want to wait that long because I needed to get my cleaning. And so then I said, you know what? Let me give this other girl a try. Maybe I'll like her better, and then I can stay with her, and I don't have to go back to the other woman. Okay, so now let me take out this other pen. I've stitched past it. Good, good, good. Liking it very much. Oh. I did not sleep as good last night. And yes, it was because I wasn't having dental thoughts. It was all kinds of other thoughts. And I was talking to my husband about this morning. I said, you know, I wonder why my mind was thinking about those things. How does it relate to the dental? You know, because I do get, you know, kind of anxious when I need to go to the dentist. And so I was like, you know, and then I was like, then it hit me. I was like, oh, okay, those experiences made me feel the way that I feel when I go to the dentist. And I said, aha, that's why my little mind was saying, but don't you remember this happened and that happened and you felt like that too? So then I had to tell myself, yes, I know, but that was a long time ago. I mean, it was going back to, school age. And I was like, man, that is really amazing. Our minds are just fascinating. Fascinating. With all my nervous system rewiring work that I've been doing the past 3 years, I've learned so much about the mind and how our little minds work. And if you've ever seen that movie Inside Out, I've mentioned it before. It's an animated Disney film, and is it a Disney? I forget. Anyway, there's part 1, part 2, very, very, and it's exactly true to life. It is exactly how our brains operate. At first, I thought it was completely, just fantasy, but then no, come to find out, all these knowledgeable people that I've been working with that are in the medical field with degrees and all kinds of things are saying, oh no, this is neuroscience based. This is all accurate. How our little mind stores those memories. So I'm like, oh yeah, now it makes sense. Okay, so I'm getting near the end of this thread. So you will have lots of fun videos for me, from my channel, for the rest of this year. This series was a 12-week series that I'm doing with my friend Linda. And the giveaway is sprinkled in there. And then starting January, we're going to be working on our Slow Stitching Sampler soft books. And with a twist, and that twist is going to be a new series and a new project, sewing based, here on my channel. In addition to that, I will continue doing the junk journal giveaways all into 2026. Those and the weekly giveaways with a project that I'm making with the postcards. So it would be a fabric postcard or a paper crafting postcard. And also, I'm going to be introducing and talking more about what comes in the Sunshine Stitch Times Club, Letter Club. It's the sewing and paper crafting club. It's not just about sewing and stitching. And so I'm going to be introducing that once a month here on my channel, talking about it and trying to encourage more of you to give it a whirl, see what it's all about, and getting that little bit of joy into your mailbox every month from me and all the goodies that you will be receiving. So it's just a little fun extra gift that you can give yourself or give to a friend throughout the year. And my Sunshine Makers Club members will be getting a special discount price on it. As well. Okay, so there's that row. Okay, so I've finished this one side here, finished across the bottom. Now I'm going to come up this side, and okay, so I'm doing the straight stitch, but once I get here, then I start with the whip stitch again. And so it's not taken that long to do this. It's not, I mean, probably half an hour, I'm estimating. Okay. Separate these 6 into 3. A little bit longer than I usually use, but that's okay. The one thing that you got to keep in mind when your length of your thread, it determines if it's going to start twisting and getting little knots in it. So that's why you don't want it to get too long. Otherwise, that becomes a problem. Put a knot in this end, and then we shall continue. So if you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, then please consider subscribing. That would really help me, and I would love to have you join us every week here in the community and get able to take part in the giveaways. You will really enjoy all of the fun activities that I do. And I do have a Facebook group, so if you're on Facebook, you can share your projects there that you're making, whether it's something that you're doing with me or just whatever sewing, paper crafting projects that you're doing. I would love to see it. That would be an inspiration for others. And we get trying to grow that membership a little bit more for 2026. So if you have other friends on Facebook and you would like to join the group, Sunshine. Slow Stitching Sampler is the Facebook group. I will put that link in my description. I don't put it there a lot, but I'm going to start promoting it more, talking about it more. And then, of course, if you want to stay connected with me and all the giveaways and to be able to participate in the giveaways, you have to join my mailing list, Sunshine Makers Club. It's free to join. And then you get special perks and opportunities and sneak peeks and being able to enter into the giveaways. So check out those videos here on my channel about the giveaways so that you don't miss out being able to enter and win gifts. And thank you so much to everyone who is following the rules now and sending me your information. I really appreciate that. It's just made me so happy. So now I will not worry about anyone missing out because everybody's finally getting with the program. Okay, so this one little piece here, I'm going to kind of try to tuck it down a little bit. There we go. All right, now I start the whip stitch again. So I'm just coming in from the back, grabbing this side edge a little bit so that I don't close my pocket opening. I don't want it to get smaller. Right, so almost. Okay, so I'm just getting a little bit of that edge coming over this here. And then I still have to go back and get the back of it. Easy to start going with the straight stitch, and then I forget to come back to the front to keep it with the whip stitch. Trying to prevent any knots, so I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing. Okay, so today is Tuesday, November 25th, and until Monday, I'm having a big discounts in both of my Etsy shops, so you can find the links to those in the description box below. Just wanted to mention that. My biggest sales of the year, and then after that everything will go back, and nothing else will be on sale again until next year. Take out this pen. I'm very curious to see how long this took me. I will not know until I actually get the video published to see how long did it take. So that's something else you can keep in mind too. So if time is limited for you, then, schedule it 10 minutes at a time. Whatever you can do. Definitely you want to be able to get your creative moments in every day. It needs to be in every day to be able to get the mental health benefits. Gorgeous, glorious, beautiful. Look at this. Ta-da! My little pocket. I have a pocket. It's so beautiful. I love it. Love it. Okay, all I need to do is stitch this back, and I'm going to do the same thing with a whip stitch. Okay, I'm going to go back through here, go through this corner, which is a little bit thicker with all the layers of that linen, the folded edges. You know what the beautiful thing is about having this cuff with the button is I can always unbutton if I need to for whatever reason. Say I want to put something in there a little larger and I can't get it in there, all I have to do is unbutton it, put it in there, and then button it back up. But I'm thinking I'm going to find a beautiful hanky and put it and keep it in the pocket. I use tissues all the time, but I'm thinking, that might be a beautiful addition, is just to find a beautiful hanky. I've got lots of them, and I'm going to look through my stash and see which one. I'm thinking something, I don't know, maybe I definitely want to keep it in the teal green, cream and white color tone. And I'm going very small stitches again and trying to go below the seam. So the surging seam of the linen, I'm trying to get below that. Okay, so coming up to the finish line here. If you have stayed with me this long, I really, really appreciate that so much. Because this is like truly a labor of love. I just love this so much. And that's something else, to know that every time I wear that blouse and see this pocket now, it's going to, bring me back to my mom. That is just going to be like a moment, closeness, having her right there, remembering that my mom wore that blouse and I have redesigned it and reinvented it into something else. And I can't wait to tell her that all of her clothes went around the world. I might have mentioned this in other videos, but They've gone to so many island nations and Africa, all over the United States. Just makes my heart rejoice. And helped women in shelters. So just a beautiful thing. I mean, like I've mentioned before, if you have been watching my videos for a while and you've heard me mention this, and she had enough clothing for her own mini thrift store. Let me put it that way. Jewelry, purses, shoes, and clothing for several lifetimes and several women. I mean, thousands of garments and things, hundreds of shoes, hundreds of purses, hundreds of pieces of jewelry. I'm still giving jewelry away to people. The lady that is at the lab, I'm giving her jewelry. She loves it. So I said, you know what? Next time I'm going to bring the whole case and let you just pick out what you want. Oh, so she's like, oh, she would love that. And her 5-year-old granddaughter, she's like, oh, she's copying her. So she's like, I said, well, we'll just let you pick out whatever you think she would like. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to get the blouse, and then the next picture you will see will be it pinned. I'm not going to sew it on there today, but I'm going to pin it and where I'm thinking I'm going to, keep it, and then you will get to see that. I'm just going to finish this up here. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at how pretty this turned out. Oh, I am so happy with this. Over the moon. Cannot be happier. Lovely, lovely little project. Let me know in the comments what this has inspired you to do. I would love to know. And wait just a second and I will show you how this is going to go onto the blouse. Okay, so here's the blouse. Like I told you, it's just a plain white blouse, but it's cute. It's a very, nice, beautiful cut, the buttons, everything. So I'm thinking I didn't want it up higher because where it lays on me, then I would have it come here more at the waistline, you see. I think that looks very nice right there. So that's what it's going to go on. I really like it. I think it turned out gorgeous. Once I try it on, and then I can put my hand in it and see if that's the placement I want it on. Did I want it on the right side or do I want it on the left side? Generally, I'm thinking, I'm right-handed, so that's why I placed it on the right side. But I think it looks just gorgeous right there. It looks really wonderful. I think it's just added so much class to it now, and it just gives it that vintage touch that I was wanting, and I'm very pleased with it. So thank you for joining me here today on my channel. Next week we are going to be doing another fun video. Okay, so I'll let you look out the window while I'm telling you about next week. Okay, so the Handmade Notions Challenge is all about designing and using handmade buttons, charms, or closures in unique fabric projects. So another fabric project for next week. So we'll see what I come up with and what Linda comes up with. So thank you again for joining me. Stay safe and smiling and keep creating in the sunshine, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.